proverbial zone that we hear so many athletes talk about a lot of times?
I think so. But I mean, at the same time, it's like we get to the point where we're just focusing and just worried about our task that everything just starts to click at a point.
How much did you grow up on Saturday in that performance?
I think I grew up a lot. And that's the best part about these experiences is that I feel like I'm growing more and more each week, and hopefully I do the same heading into this game.
What's it been like around campus and just the friends that you come into contact with after a nice win like this? First time you've experienced one like that where you were leading the troops. What's it been like the last couple of days?
Really excited. I mean, the people have a lot of energy. Really excited about this game coming up, so definitely don't want to disappoint. We just got to keep improving. There's no room for time to keep celebrating the last one. We just got to get ready for this one. I mean, this game coming up.
Do you feel as if you've gotten to the point with the new wide receivers, especially where you're kind of speaking that language non-verbally on the field, Sammy in particular, where you're starting to know each other without having to say anything? Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, it just comes with time on the field with those guys. And same thing with Nuke. There's points out there where I just look at him, I kind of know what he's about to do, and he knows that I'm coming to him. So that's one of the best things about working with these guys, the chemistry that you get. And, we got a long season ahead of us, so as long as we keep progressing in that area, I think we'll be all right.
Did you ever think at one point Saturday, looking at some of the catches Nuke was making, Dwayne, some of those hard catches, I just have to throw it up and they'll get it?
Yes, sir. I definitely feel like that, especially after Dwayne caught that corner route going towards the end zone. And, guys just made plays. And when you got guys like that, it just makes it that much easier. So, and especially for the transition. And, we're excited about this week. We had a good day of practice yesterday, and just got to keep the momentum moving towards this week.
Because of the quickness they have in their front seven, could this be the week where you've really got to get rid of the ball in a hurry?
Yeah, definitely. They have an experienced team up there defensively, great defensive line, and we just got to prepare and get ready for it. I mean, there's nothing that we can't do as an offensive unit, but we got to be one whole group and just keep working from there.
Did you watch the game Saturday night?
Yes, sir.
What'd you think?
Great defensive team. Got a lot of athletes back there, a lot of them, so we just got to be on our P's and Q's. But, I really feel like we match up well against them. Got a lot of speed out there on the edges, just like we do, so it should be fun.
It's pretty obvious that this game is an important one because it's the first division game, but it's also the team that a lot of people are picking to win the division. And, the team that maybe right now, the Atlantic Division Championship goes through Tallahassee. Do you feel like this one's more important because of who it is and what it means in the big picture for you?
You can't bypass all the other teams, but, certainly. This is one of the, this game usually comes down to who's going to the championship game, and that's kind of how we're looking at it. They got a great team. I know they've been hearing about us, so we definitely want to just go out there and just prove our case and just keep working. But I'm excited about it. It's a home game here, 3:30, so it should be fun.
3 games into the season, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. Has that surpassed even your own expectations coming into this game?
The thing about this offense is it has so much capabilities. The number could have probably been increased a little bit more on certain decisions, but the best part about this offense is that it goes kind of how the quarterback goes, and I really just want to be in a position where I don't put teams in bad situations and just taking care of the ball. I think I did a good job with that, and just got to continue doing that.
What do you need to do to improve from these first 3 games going forward?
Just keep studying, learning the offense more and more, studying the opponents, knowing certain situations. It was a point in the game where I threw the ball one time and I didn't even know it was third down. So just recognition and everything, and that just comes with time. But I feel like it's been improving.
Doing film work at Florida State, are they more zone, man team? What do they like to do defensively?
A little bit of everything. Play 3 down. I feel like they'll try to blitz us a lot. They do press up, which is going to be good because we got some speed out there with the guys one-on-one, so it should be fun. But they do play a lot of zone as well, so definitely just got to keep watching film and figuring out their tendencies and things of that nature.
This is the best defensive team you guys have played by far for this year, do you think?
Probably so, just because of the experience, man. You got, the front 4, experience in the secondary with Rose, Moody, and Reed, and the linebackers is, pretty good linebackers. Vince Williams and Nigel Bradham, so it should be fun. Very physical team, and we just got to come out ready to play.
As the guy that distributes the ball, this offense seems to allow a lot of guys to be happy. Dwayne Allen got his, Hopkins got his, Watkins got some. And it seems like just this offense allows a lot of different guys to come away from the game saying, I did my share. more so than maybe in years past. Do you sense that a lot of more guys are happy that they're getting to contribute in big ways?
Yeah, definitely. That's what, previously in the offense before, guys really didn't. I don't think the ball got distributed enough, and guys are really happy here. Sharon Peak had some great catches out there. Jerron Brown, guys are gonna make plays, and everybody's gonna have an opportunity to get the ball. So, it's up to those guys to, it's up to those guys to see what they do after they catch the ball. But they're making a lot of plays, and it's kind of hard for a defensive team to, key on one player because it distributes so well. So that's been the best part about it.
Taj, you talked a minute ago about, when you said it's my job as much as anything to keep the team out of trouble.
Right.
Is accuracy? Can you just talk about how much you value accuracy as part of your job?
Probably one of the top things, putting the ball in the vicinity where the guys can catch it. It was a climb route earlier in the game, like the second series, where we could have extended the drive and I overthrew Jerron a little bit, man. And things that could have been another touchdown right there, just on that drive. So it's very important to be accurate with the ball, and something that Coach Moore stresses all the time. We work on every day. So just gotta keep working every day and just take it from there.
It looked like you were getting the ball out quicker Saturday than the previous couple of weeks. Does Coach Morris have a time that he says, I need the ball out of there?
Not necessarily. It's just feel like the more comfortable you get with the offense, the more you start to get a feel for it. And Sammy's last touchdown was a hot read. Get the ball out quick, and you kind of get a sense of urgency, especially with the tougher the opponents to get. So you realize that you got to get the ball out quicker. The receivers know you got to get the ball out quicker. So they're kind of on one accord there. So everybody's trying to kind of understand what's going on.
The pace that you guys are playing at. One of the TV guys was saying that Cameron were literally having trouble keeping up with how quickly you guys were snapping the ball last Saturday. How different is that from what it's been like in the past, and how does that change your job?
92 plays. It's tough for anybody to not be tired on the field for that, especially defensively. So that's one of the things that we want to control and establish. This is the first game of the season where we actually reached our goals with plays, and want to continue to improve on that each week. And it's 80-plus plays a game, and 92 is a phenomenal number, but we just got to keep working from there and keep improving.
Do you have a sense at all that Andre is going to be limited in any way, or do you think he's going to be 100% ready to go on Saturday?
He'll be 100%. We was talking about this yesterday at lunch, and he's so excited about this game. And it really is a big game. Probably one of the biggest games on our schedule right now. So everybody's excited about it. Getting ready physically and mentally. So everybody should be good to go by this weekend.
It was a Tajh Boyd infomercial and a Clemson infomercial after the win Saturday. How do you stay humble and get your guys to continue to stay humble and hungry for this game Saturday?
Because we haven't accomplished anything yet. Rankings during the season have nothing to do with it. The final goal is the end result and what we are after the season. And, we got a lot of expectations as a program. We've been stating this since the summer. So definitely no time to let down or anything like that. And just got to keep improving every week. A lot of room for improvement. And the guys see it, and they're just hungry, man. And that's the only way you can kind of explain it. So guys are ready to play, man. It's just fun working with them. What
did you think of your head coach's comments on ESPN directly after the game? Does that get you fired up as a player?
Definitely excited. That's why we play for him, man. He's a great guy, enthusiastic, and it's just fun, man. And when you got a coach like that, you bend over backwards for him.
Why'd you pick here? What does it come down to?
Swinney was probably the main reason I came here. Told me I had the opportunity to play early. It's a great town, a small college town. That's kind of what I was looking for. And a great atmosphere. It doesn't really get any better than this around here, and I just love it.
Taj, I know you disputed the notion you had any kind of glazed over look that first game or were overwhelmed, but it was pretty obvious you were a lot more comfortable out there this Saturday, or it looked that way to us.
Right.
How much more comfortable did you feel?
And that's the thing. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable every game and starting to settle down and become a little bit more poised. And as long as I continue to do that, I think it'll be fine. And that's just one of the things that I want to keep establishing is, the leadership role and the more poise. So, one of my favorite quarterbacks is Tom Brady. And you look at that guy, he's unbelievably poised. No matter what happens, nothing really phases them. So just got to keep working.
Were you confident that that had come, that I'll find my comfort zone out there?
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, like, finding the comfort zone early enough. The past games that I played, whether it was last year or whatever, it took me a little time to get in the groove. So one of the things I want to establish this year was getting in the groove early and settling down. So it's starting to come along.
Dabo said one of the things he was excited about that we wouldn't necessarily know from the outside, it was the amount of route adjustments. And he said there are things that were a little bit off. There were things that got accomplished in the offense Saturday that weren't necessarily scripted. He said that's a really good sign when you know that your players are just starting to play off each other in sort of an intuitive kind of ways in real time. Are you getting a sense that things are different that way?
Yeah, definitely. Because you can't really think when you're out there on the field. You kind of just have to react and play. And everybody's starting to get a feel for, like I said, what this offense is all about and what's going to happen. What's going to have to happen for us to be successful. And so, people are excited about it, offensively and defensively. Like, it's to the point, as I stated this past weekend, we never feel like we're out of a game or anything of that nature. So as long as we keep pushing, this offense to the point where it's eventually going to break through. So guys are confident, excited about it, and just ready to keep working this week.
When you look at the amount of five-star guys that come in on both sides of this rivalry the last couple of years, do you look at this as the real kind of, it's always been an important game, but do you look at this even more kind of decisive game in the Atlantic going forward the rest of your career at Clemson?
Definitely. They recruit really well, and we recruit really well. So in years to come, it's going to be a great game, and can't really look forward to what's going to happen in years to come. But right now, this is a pivotal game in our lives right now, and we're heading in the ACC play. So if we do what we're supposed to do this game, this can ultimately take us to where we want to be, man. So let's just get ready for it and just give it our all.
You mentioned Brady. He kind of had a stern persona not only on the field but on the sidelines as well.
Right.
You didn't look like you were smiling too much on the sideline. Has that been a conscious thing where you've made an effort to be less jovial, I guess, and more sort of businesslike?
I guess I would say so. Not playing as much last year, you really don't really get a sense for it and know how you're gonna react. But I'm a competitor. Really want to do well all times, and not just me, but the team. That's the most important thing to me. Stats really don't really mean anything if we're not winning. So we gotta win, and that's one of the things I want to stress as a whole. So we're doing a lot of good things, and we just gotta keep working.
Landon thought it might have been easier for some young guys to absorb this Morris offense since they weren't deprogrammed as much from the prior coordinators. Do you see that? Do you agree with that? Was it easier for you that you weren't as immersed in this, the Napier offense as maybe Kyle was?
Probably so, but at the same time, this offense has some similarities, and he doesn't try to make it as complex. We do have had a lot of installs during the spring and the summer. But it's to the point where he makes it to where you can understand it, and from there you kind of put your own spin on to how you played, man. So, I don't really think it was too hard to learn.
You were pretty fired up on the sideline after Sammy scored that touchdown to give you all the lead. How much fun was that for you?
Definitely a lot of fun, and the fun is definitely the winning, like Coach Sweeney always says, but when you're out there, that's probably one of the most things I enjoy about anything. It's just the competitive nature of sports. So, that's something that has been a great part of my life growing up, and just enjoy it. So these times don't come often. So, anytime we're out there on the field, just try to enjoy it.
You talked about watching the Florida State game Saturday night. Do you sit there as a fan and watch it, or do you sit there as a quarterback and say, I think I could do this here, or this would work on this formation?
A little bit of both. Started to look at it more from a quarterback standpoint, especially a team that we're playing. And you kind of do that in everything, whether it's video games or anything. You kind of like, all right, I see this right here. I'm gonna read this like this, and any game that I watch, you kind of look at what's going on, see what other guys are doing, and try to take something from it. So that's been one of the best parts about maybe starting is that you kind of can figure out what's going on and take something from each game.
Did you watch it by yourself, or did you have people over?
I watched it with my parents at first, and then I went back to my room and watched it with some of my roommates. But we definitely all talked about it, and we had workouts. We had Monday morning, and the game was on replay again, so we sat down and watched it as a little group. So it's pretty fun.
What are your thoughts on Florida State secondary? I mean, they're pretty talented with guys like Reed and Red,
Right.
I mean, is it kind of daunting to go against some really highly skilled guys like that, or is it just now business as usual for you?
It's business. I mean, they're great players, but we got great players here too. So, I mean, I really don't put too much stock into it. I mean, everybody competes at the end of the day. So, it's kind of my job to just lead the troops. And if I'm in a point where I'm rattled about anything or nervous about such and such, and I don't think things will go well. So, I mean, we're prepared enough here to know that we got a lot of opportunities and players here. So, I mean, and so do they, and they probably feel like this is a crucial game for them as well. So it's gonna be a hard-fought game, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Who's the biggest corners this week?
Well,
One guy's listed with like 6'8"
at Florida State, I really, I guess I think Reed's like 5'8", Rhodes is 6'1". I don't really know anybody at 6'3", but I mean they got some big corners and pretty physical. So I mean, I think it's gonna be some good matchups out there, some isolations out there. So it should be fun, and we just gotta get the guys ready to play.
Were you able to learn anything from watching Landry Jones against him? Because he's considered to be a Heisman hopeful and one of the nation's best quarterbacks. Could you watch him and pick up anything?
Yeah, definitely. He's a great quarterback, and I mean you kind of watch what he did and some of the routes that he throws. He throws a great ball, and I watched film early on him and just try to take what he did and try to see what he could see.
Has there been a point in these first 3 weeks where you've taken a quantum leap and you felt it, or you've seen it in yourself? Has a switch gone on, or anything about in terms of confidence? And
that'd probably be the biggest thing. These games have definitely been a confidence booster, and one of the things that you start to get comfortable with and settle down with, and more of a guy that's kind of like just take it how it is and just keep working from there. So we got a big week ahead of us. Practice week got to be a great week, and coaches like Coach Morris and Coach Swinney give you a lot of confidence as well, and plus the players. So I mean, it's gonna be a fun week, but we just got to work as hard as we can.
But you seem to have a confidence and command of things that even trumps what you did the first 2 weeks this past week. Was it just a comfort level, or did something happen?
It's to the point where I said when you're in jeopardy, like when they got up 14-0, we had to score. So you kind of in your mind like, man, we got to go out here and make a play. So. And you go out there and do it, and that's definitely a confidence booster. Next drive, we're going to score right here. You tell the guys we're going to score, and then you score, then that gives them guys confidence as well. It's a lot different when you go out there and be like, all right, we're going to make something happen, turn the ball over, don't score. Then it's like you start to deflate. So a lot of plays were made Saturday, and hopefully it'll be the same this weekend.
Kind of like a boxer counter-punching. They threw their best shot, and let's duck and jab and hit back.
Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy right there. And the guys did a great job. I mean, so it should be fun.
Does this team have the humility to handle success as you go forward?
I think so. That's one of the main things Coach Swinney stresses, is that we have to handle success just as well as we previously handled defeat, and we really don't expect to lose anything or even of that nature. So, I mean, that's one of the things that's best about this team. We got some great players, but competitive attitudes and things of that nature. So we just got to keep working and get ready to play.
One of your teammates said earlier he fears losing. Can you relate to that?
I feel like everybody has a fear of losing, but at the same time, you don't play not to lose. You play to win. You just play your game, and things work out from there. So I feel like when you start playing to to not lose, then you start to make mistakes and put yourself in jeopardy of things of that nature. So, I mean, everybody has different mindsets on how to take things, but that's kind of how I look at it.
Whatever it takes to get over the top. Huh?
Definitely, yeah.
I gotta let him go. He's got